Hello once again. I just thought I'd do a short video on this Mudguard that I bought for my giant bike, the Giant E3. It's the Proguard bolt-on standard. They did send me the mini one by mistake, which is a shorter version of this. So I sent it back and they sent me the correct one this time, which is the standard size, as you can see on the label there. Comes with some fitting instructions for various types of bike. Mine is the Sun Tour forks, which I think I may need the spacers because it comes with some spacers to vary the angle. I'll show you in a minute. Comes with a couple of Allen keys and two packs of different size screws, because the screw in the center is bigger and the two on the outside are a bit smaller, and I think some washers, and also these pads, which I've fitted one so far. They fit on the side of the Mudguard, and that's where it sits against your shocks. So I was about to fit the other one, and they are marked on here, sort of an area where these pads fit on there. So I'm about to shove that other pad on there. I'll see if I can do it with one hand while I'm holding my phone. Unfortunately, my GoPro, the cheap GoPro knockoff that is, battery is flat. Sorry about this footage. Just a bit of a struggle with one hand. Might be easier just to put the camera down for a minute. Just lean it up against something. Hopefully this will be in shot. That's a bit easier to line it up with two hands. Right, so that basically protects it from rubbing against the forks. And then basically this Mudguard just fits like so. That's a bit of a tight fit. Just have to slide it through and squeeze those bits in. Those are the padded bits there that sit against your shocks. And then this bracket just lines up with that metal bit on the bike. So basically the three holes just line up there, and you just put the bolts in there. I think I'm going to have to put a spacer because this sits, have I got this the right way around? I had it the other way around just now. No, I've got this the wrong way around. I got it back to front, haven't I? It should be that way. Yeah, that's why I was struggling so much with it. Alright, that's more like it. Now it sits flush. Let me just see where I am with the camera. That sits flush against that bracket there, see? Because this side is kind of got bits that stick out on it, so that was the wrong way around. So that is now the right way. So that's how it looks when it's on the bike. But when you press that hard up against there, it is quite close to the tyre, I must say. That leans a little bit too far forward, I think. So I may need to use one of the enclosed spacers to put in there, just to lean it slightly back like that, because it's a little bit too far forward. When I rotated the wheel, when I tried it just now, the wheel over here was scraping slightly against this Mudguard. It's quite a tight fit, but I think that's why it's so efficient, because it stops all the splashes and mud and whatnot from getting up there. Although I can see with this it could be a problem with the thing getting clogged up with mud. If you go through a lot of thick mud, you would have to clear that out from time to time. with something, a stick or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'll have to give it a try and let you know how it goes once I've taken it for a spin. The mudguard that I had on there is this one, which you can see is well used, which just fitted on with one screw in the center of that piece of metal on the bike. But that just basically fitted like that, and I was only getting splash protection for that bit. Wasn't sort of covering the sides of the tyre like this one does as much, because this is kind of cut back, and no protection on the front, so I was still getting splashed in the face. Getting a bit of a wash while I was riding. What I was thinking of doing with this old one is to actually use it on the back, because there's a hole with a thread in it. See if I can get the camera lined up with this. There, by the back wheel. So I was thinking of just putting this, bolting it onto there as a bit of extra splash protection for the legs. Don't know if that's going to work. I'm going to give it a go. I think that'll just fit in there actually. I'll have to find a bolt with the correct thread on it, because the bolt that comes with this, the thread is too big for that. Because as you can see, there's a lot of splashing going on from the back wheel all along here. The mudguard I've got came with the front one as a set. That's the one I've got on the back. It's not fantastic. I may get a different one. I had a Proguard, but it had the strap that fitted around the saddle pipe, and it kept coming loose all the time. I took it back, and even the guy at Halfords had to admit that he couldn't get the thing to tighten, so it was faulty. It was a Proguard as well, but I'm going to have to find some other solution for that, I think. So that's basically what the front mudguard is going to look like on there. Let me just step back a bit so that we can see it a bit better. Can be a bit of a tight fit, like I say. I can see that could be a problem with mud and muck getting stuck between the tyre and the mudguard. But hey, I suppose you can't win them all. We'll give it a go. This one cost me about 33 quid on eBay. It wasn't cheap. But it's the only bolt-on one that I could find. The others have all got all sorts of funny straps and bits and pieces, which didn't look very secure. So I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll let you know in a bit how that goes.